Chandrayaan-3, the mission that aims to achieve the feat of conducting soft landing on Moon's southern pole, launched off from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Andhra Pradesh on Friday, 14th July afternoon. It will now take approximately 42 days to reach the Moon. Should it conduct a successful landing, India will become only the fourth country after the United States, Russia and China to have done so. While successful launch is only the first step towards a long journey for the space aircraft, ISRO's role in carrying it through has seen great appreciation. It has become a symbol of national pride for many. That has been the case for long, such as in 2014 when the Mars Orbiter mission was inserted into the Martian orbit. The low cost of the mission was also highlighted as an achievement. Since its inception in 1969, the country's space agency ISRO has carried out altogether 89 launch missions carrying satellites into space. How did the agency chart these courses? We take a look now. Early beginnings of a space agency from a church in Kerala, the history of space activities in India reflects how little by little institutions centered around space exploration and research were set up and expanded. Indian scientist E.V. Chitnis recounted in the book From Finishing Hamlet to Red Planet, India's space journey, a complication of essays from those involved in this journey, that the first such organization was Physical Research Laboratory set up in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Along with Vikram Sarabhai, a few scientists worked here but lacked adequate funds. Chitnis recalls putting together 2 boxes and asbestos seats as his work table. However, Sarabhai was able to secure some resources from both the USSR and the US. Even during the period of Cold War rivalry, his effort paid off, and on November 21, 1963, a small American sounding rocket known as Nike Apache took off from Thumba, a finishing hamlet near Trivandrum, Kerala. This place was chosen for meeting certain geography and physics related criteria, such as of being at the magnetic equator, which eased the process of rockets launch. Sounding rockets are 1 or 2 stage solid propellant rockets used for probing the upper atmospheric region and for the space research. They also serve as easily affordable platforms to test or prove prototypes of new components intended for use in launch vehicles and satellites. With the establishment of the Thumba Equatorial Rocket Launch Station in 1963 at Thumba, a location close to magnetic equator, there is a quantum jump in scope for astronomy and atmospheric science in India. ISRO's website notes. Chitnis further adds that in the land acquired, the only decent building available was one at Magdalene Church, one Sarabhai's early recruits. D. Ishwara Das is quoted as saying, "The church was our workshop and the bishop's house was our office." The building was later converted into the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Space Museum in 1985. It was in his church the first rocket system were assembled and integrated. The building assumed multi-phased roles in the beginning of ISRO by acting as first lab and as the main office for scientists in the early days. The VSSC website notes, in 1962, Nehru and Sarabhai established the Indian National Committee for Space Research as an autonomous body that was the part of the Department of Atomic Energy, then headed by the pioneer Indian scientist Homi J. Bhabha. The icnosphere grew to become the Indian Space Research Organization in 1969 with the establishment of the ISRO, and further with the Government of India forming a dedicated Department of Space. In 1972, research and execution of space-related enterprises got a boost. ISRO was also bought under the DOS. ISRO now has its headquarters in Bengaluru. Its activities are spread across various centers and units. Launch vehicles are built at Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. Satellites are designed and developed at UR Rao Satellite Center, URSC, Bengaluru. Integration and launching of satellites and launch vehicles are carried out from Satish Dhawan Space Center, SDSC, and so on.